I'm Benny. Everybody calls me Big Ben. What am I looking for in a lady? Just a good time, really. That's all. Just a good time. Fat chicks. Sorry.
Hey.
Hey, Mike.
Thought it would go with your vaporizer.
Oh, thanks. Come on in. Hi, welcome to Ben Tested. Today we're going to be talking about Question Behind the Question. This is the book. It's asking the questions really behind the questions. It's to ask yourself what's actually going on to eliminate blame, procrastination, and kind of, I guess, it's about you participating in doing a better job for your team or job, whatever that is in your career. And it's really getting to say, okay, am I just going to be blaming other people, or is it me? And so it's by John G. Miller. I highly recommend the book. And then, so did you have any questions about the book?
Yeah.
Did you want to know?
Did it help you? I
Yes,
know
it does.
You ask a lot of
I
questions.
do. I try to ask a lot of questions.
So what would you say this has done for you with your question?
So for me, I was kind of the type of person that would want to, okay, what is the root cause of the problem? Who can we blame to say, okay, well, this person, this was the problem, and this is the issue. And so what this did is that I would ask questions internally to myself, like, okay, well, why did this person do this, or why did this happen? Okay, is there anything that I need to work on? So when going to the person, like, why did you do this? Like, what's wrong with you? It would be, okay, what happened? And is there anything that I could have done? Is there something that I failed at? And so it's more of looking at yourself and fixing yourself than fixing other people, or passing the blame on to other people. That's why I like that book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only John G. Miller book that you've read?
I have another one. I haven't read it yet, and so we'll save that for another episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about
No spoilers.
No,
Don't
none.
tell me anything.
it.
So,
I'm going to keep it a secret.
all right. Do you think this would help out more? If more people were to read this, do you think that this would help benefit? Like, if people got this information that you have gained from that,
Mm-hmm.
do you think this would benefit like
The team as a
just
whole.
like a team, or do you think it would benefit like everybody just in a society? Could it help in a society, or just like
Absolutely.
in a team?
I think it would help with anything when it comes to, especially when you're working in a team. It's going to be like, okay, so we're all part of a team, we all have a part, and so what can we do to make the team better, to build up the team? And it's going to be, okay, well, what do I got to do? What can I do to make the team better, as opposed to it just be blaming people? It could help I think with anything, sports, work, D&D. I mean, I think it could help in anything. Just
Oh, that'd be nice.
Exactly. And so that's why I like the book. It's just about it. It's looking and asking questions to yourself, other people, and saying, okay, well, what happened? But it's not projecting blame or the problem on other people. It's saying, okay, what can I do better?
Okay. So with the team aspect, so do you think that should be like a mandatory thing for a leader of a team to know?
Absolutely. Definitely the leader.
And is that something that you typically see? Because you've read like leadership
Mhm.
books. I know you've seen like the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that something? Do they kind of touch on that and those sort of things, or is that something that you feel is lacking from like leadership information that's given out so far?
Some of it. I mean, some of the leadership books that I've read and talked about kind of they hint on this, but this just kind of goes into more detail and just about. It's not just because I ask a lot of questions, and sometimes the questions were just not necessary, and they're usually they're there. I ask so many questions because I really do not understand what's going on, and so I'll ask a ton of questions just to get to the point to where you can ask the questions that it talks about in this book, to where they're better questions to get better information, and it's just one of the examples I talk about in the book was about this person. I think it was John G. Miller actually went to a restaurant and they only served Pepsi products. He said, so what do you want to drink? And then he was like, I'd like a Coke. And so since they didn't sell Coke, he actually went to a store, bought a Coke, and then gave it to him at the restaurant. And so I thought that was pretty amazing. Just, that's how he would think, and then, and so they talked about how the manager would go and talk to him and say, hey, why did you go and do this? And hey, this is what the customer wanted, and this is how I would want to be treated if I was that person, and so on. And so he talks about, it's just how you view things, and what, instead of it being, well, I can't give them a Coke because we sell Pepsi products. So, well, I'm done. And so it's just thinking outside of the box, really. And again, but asking the right questions, and so.
It kind of helps you go like that extra mile.
Exactly. To help that person out. I think that was really cool. So,
That does sound cool.
I just wish, because in our job, especially in IT, there's a lot of things where you have to do things in a certain way, which is unfortunate. And so, and when I was reading the book too, where he bought the Coke, I was like, well, he might be able, he could get in trouble from Pepsi if they're giving him Coke products. And so like, is that something that would be in the back of my mind if I was thinking about that?
Okay.
Because you could get in trouble maybe legally because you have this contract with this company for this, soda product.
Right.
And you're now giving them a Coke, but I like how he likes to get you to think outside of the box. And I'd rather have a return customer than, piss somebody off. That's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, because then that person would be more likely to come. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Good book, though.
So, you said that it would help with D&D,
Yeah.
and I recently watched a show that was pretty fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What
It-
show was that?
Stranger Things on Netflix.
okay.
You said that you checked it out too.
I did, yes, all 8 episodes.
Was it only 8?
I think
it was
so.
like a mini series.
Well, they got a second season coming. It's all but confirmed.
All but confirmed.
All
So
but confirmed by Netflix.
there may be a second season.
Yeah, I'm guessing there will be. With
I-
how well it's done,
Yes.
I'm gonna go with a yeah. I hope so.
I kind of hope that, well, for those of you who don't know, it's more of like an 80s style sort of universe, right? I guess
Mhm.
that's the best way to describe it. A lot of different characters, more of a sci-fi, I guess, kind of horror sort of
Yeah.
thing. But lots of like comic relief from the children. And I just think it's a really cool show. The way that they filmed it, I mean, I'm from the 90s, so I don't know that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say about the 80s experience?
I thought they did a fantastic job. The houses, the cars, everything. Every little detail that they could have thought, because it took place in 1985. So that's when it took place. I think that's what the year, in 1983 as well. And so what I found interesting about it is they were able to get props, clothes, the hairstyles, every detail was that of the 80s, and I thought they did a really good job of that. And it was and what I liked about it was a mix between kind of an E.T., X-Files type of feel. Like
Yeah.
you had the horror, the scary, and it was very well done. The actors that they picked to play the kids did a fantastic job. And then the story was just very well done. That's what I loved about it.
I thought it was really good too. And I kind of hope that if they do a second season, it's not related to the first season at all.
Really, just a different story, different characters?
Yeah,
type
like
of thing?
same universe, but like, it may be like years in the future, that might be cool, but I think that too might be a little too, I don't think that they should just pick up where they left off. I don't know, I think that would be a cool feel to it. I don't know if you got that feeling, but that's how I felt about it. Just something completely new,
Yeah,
brand new characters and everything, and then you just have to learn a new story, because they did such a good job with it.
mhm.
I would really hate for like a season 2 to just ruin the whole series like they have the tendency to do now sometimes.
Yeah.
Except like Daredevil, that was fantastic.
Well, I hope, something like that would be really cool, but then at the end, kind of, where they'll do a second season where it's a different story, but it ties into the first one. And so then at the end, you'd be like, oh, this is where Elle went. But it ties it in, and then you'd go back to the other characters in another season. I think that would be really cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Because there's ideas where where Elle11 went, right? And so we don't know exactly where she is, but it would be kind of cool to have a second story to where that upside down place that exists in, from our reality to that reality, and then how other people deal with it. I think that would be kind of cool. That's so a different, same time period, or maybe even in the future, that'd be kind of cool. And then they tie it back to the 80s.
Yeah, or kind of like have spots where they kind of cross paths, but like not blatantly obvious, right? Something that happened in the show, like in the next one, like they're going through like the Upside Down or something and see something that they did in there or
Yeah,
whatever. That
exactly.
would, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be very cool.
Yeah, that would
I'd like
be.
that.
Or I mean, because they couldn't really do like a prequel sequel because that's, they kind of touched on a lot of that. There was a lot of flashbacks in the show.
Exactly. But yeah, very good show. I was very impressed with it, and I hope with the second season that they don't screw it up.
Yeah.
But that's it. So awesome. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Ben Tested. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments, please leave them below, good or bad. And please hit the subscribe button and also like if you liked it. Thanks a lot.
Hello, I'm Klaus. I want to be inside you like schnitzel in Brötchen.